comic book fans, welcome to another exciting edition of Cammy's Comic Corner, the review shows back to normal. I'm your host as always, Cammy. So as you can tell, I've been away for a couple of weeks. I've been doing conventions, I've been giving you books of the months, I've been giving independent comics episodes, Halloween episodes, yada yada yada. And then also if you check out Geeky Talkie, I've got quite a few episodes then as well. So I've been a busy guy, and I finally got caught up on all my comics, and so I'm going to go back to doing a review show this week. However, there's a thing called not having a pick of the week this week. There's a Fast Five, though. It's still something, right? It'll keep you occupied till next week, or next Wednesday when the Geeky Talkies come out. This is kind of an elongated opening, I think. Yeah, I think I was hanging around Mr. Elongated Man too much. What can I say? But let's get on to the Fast Five. First up from Marvel, we have Avengers, the Children's Crusade #3. Now, I've been having a fun time with the series, despite the, continuity flaws. Let's just ignore those. But I think this is Jimmy Cheung's art, and then also Alan Heinberg's story, because he knows how to write this team. But anyway, we get Doctor Doom, don't want to spoil it quite yet. We get Magneto and the Young Avengers. They are teaming up to find out, what happened to Scarlet Witch. Why is she a Doombot? Well, when Doombot's come into play, she's either in Latveria or Doctor Doom has a creepy fetish fantasy that we don't want to know about. So this has been decided, okay, well, we want to storm Latveria, see if he's holding her hostage. It's all up to Wiccan's, he really wants to go, but he doesn't want to get the rest of the team in trouble because it's a death mission. Pietro even points this out. And Magneto's like, listen, I don't want to pressure any kind. But at the end, we get Wiccan traveling to Latveria, disguising himself as the Scarlet Witch, just get into her quarters, and the real one's there. And she asks what this imposter's doing. She has no idea who he is, or of her history with the Avengers. So is she, faking it? Does she really not know what's happening? And why is she wearing green robes, which are a very cool look for her? Well, she's getting married to this guy named Dr. Doom, and there's her, husband right there, or fiance right there in the doorway. So maybe Wiccan can be the best man, or since he's gay, the best woman. I'm not sure. But anyway, it was a fun issue nonetheless. I love the art. I love the story. It's, one of those stories that wasn't really explored in the 616 universe, so let's enjoy it now. Next up from DC, we have Green Lantern Emerald Warriors #4. So we open up on an interrogation going on in Daxam. They're trying to find out where Sodom Yat and his followers are, and that gets, crashed by Arisia, by Guy, by the Red Lantern, by Kilowog, and they're kind of looking for him too, and they want to put a stop to this guy. Arisia's just punching everyone left and right because she's kind of that time of the month, for all I know. But Aunt Flo is following her in the Red Lantern form. If you think about it that way, I'd be a little bitchy too. But anyway, we find out that Sodom Yat has gone off with his followers to a different planet altogether, and they're going to start their own core. And Sodom Yat says, why aren't the Guardians ever held accountable for this? I'm going to be the one who's going to, put them in their place and whatnot. So now he's kind of gone rogue slightly. But Guy, he had his end of the deal. He said, listen, we're going to stop at Daxam. If your boyfriend's there or not, Arisia, then, he's there or not. Let's go find out where all this energy is being, taken to in the unknown sector. So they go to the planet Iraq, where all these miners are going. Guy gets some answers there. I just really like this entire issue because of the banter that Guy Gardner is very famous for. You get a lot of that, you get a lot of action, and then you get a cool twist at the end of all these rogue rookie lanterns doing the bidding of someone else, someone behind the curtain. Don't look at that man behind the curtain! He's not from here. Well, Oz Green. Whatever. It's a good issue, nonetheless. Next up from Marvel, we have Ultimate Thor #2. Now, this got a whole lot more... What? We have, Donald Blake telling the European Association of Superheroes or whatnot that, after doing some MRI scans of his mind, he is really remembering these events. He might be a mortal, but he is a god born into the immortal realm. Midgard, whatever the Asgardians like to refer to us mere mortals as. But he's remembering all the times back in Asgard, big fights with him, Loki, Balder versus the Warriors 3, fight to the finish, whoever remained the champion would get all the spoils of victory. And of course Balder's always the good one, and hence why he's doing it. Meanwhile, we get the Frost Giants about to invade Asgard with the thanks of Baron Zemo, and he knows how to use the Narn Stones to his advantage. A little too well, some might say, and we find out at the end, after they're all going up against Heimdall, that only Baron Zemo can take him down with his archery skills. And then he unmasks himself. And usually in comics, when someone unmasks themselves, that was like the big cliffhanger. Like, oh my god, it was him or her underneath the mask. In this one, since it's the Ultimate Universe and it's not in continuity, it was a very, very well-placed reveal at the end. And I'm not really sure if I want to spoil it or not, but it all makes sense. And, you know, just judging by the guy's personal knowledge of Asgard history, and, you know, he has a personal mission to accomplish anyway, his hatred of Asgard, him teaming up with the Frost Giants because he's kind of like family. Come on, put the pieces together if you know who's underneath the Baron Zemo mask. That's who the cool reveal is. Very cool stuff. Next up from Red 5 Entertainment, we have Atomic Robo, The Deadly Art of Science, #1. Now, Atomic Robo has always been a favorite of mine, and so this is the latest volume of, you know, of stories from that universe. It's volume 5. And basically, it's Chicago 1930. Atomic Robo's bored out of his mind because all Tesla wants to do is, oh, let's do experiments. Let's turn knobs. Let's flip switches. And he's like, yeah, okay, done it all before. He gets lost in his adventure pulps with all, you know, the Gunslinger, you know, all this stuff, the comic books of the time. But then he sees something, you know, right happening in his right own backyard. Jack Tarrow, gunfighter, is trying to take down the mob in Chicago. He's trying to find out who's behind certain things. Atomic Robo wants to be his partner. He wants to be the sidekick. He tries to make his case of why he needs to be his, you know, apprentice and whatnot. He even finds a secret hideout, so you got to give him points for that, right? But it's nothing but a thorn in Jack Tarrow's side, and he's finally just, like, submits, like, okay, listen, fine, just shut up, stop talking. And so, you know, his daughter's happy that this talking robot's on the team. The talking robot's happy that the daughter likes him. Yeah, it's fun stuff. But it's always the humor that really I appreciate in Atomic Robo. And just the whole story. Like, you've never read a story like this before. It's always an adventure, no matter what volume you pick up. I really love the creative team and what they've been doing with this series so far. And I think that's why it's one of the best indie comics out there right now. That's why you should go support this comic. Anyway, bottom line, it was a fun read. Great jumping on point. That's another great thing. You can jump onto any issue. You'll fit right in. And finally this week, from Marvel, we have Tron Betrayal #2. Now, Kevin Flynn is trying to push his company in the right direction. He thinks outsourcing to India is going to be the best for expansion and making everything grow, but the board is fighting him on this, and he's getting really tired of always being the bad guy in the board's eyes. Like, he seems to always be holding them back, or always doing the stupid things while they have something else in mind. So he likes to get lost again, in, you know, in the universe he helped build, hanging with his old pal Tron, but he's afraid that he's missing Sam's childhood, that, you know, he's growing up without him, and Sam doesn't have a mom. They visit the grave every year, but yeah, it's all up to Flynn. His grandparents can't always be there for Sam, so Flynn has to always, you know, try to balance things out as usual. He goes, okay, I'm going to step down from the board, I'm going to go write a book instead, you know, you guys had your, you know, you had your wish, I'm out of here, hope you're happy now. But while this is going on in the cybernetic universe that he has created, the ISOs are kind of becoming more rampant, and they're being you know, they're being accused of plotting all these terrorist acts, and Clue is just hell-bent on destroying them all because Kevin told him to make a perfect system, but what he failed to mention is it's kind of an uphill battle. Nothing can ever be perfect. There's always going to be imperfections, but Clue doesn't like this. He wants full control. He wants to make sure everything is in its place, and these ISOs are coming out of nowhere, ruining it for everybody. So he tries to frame them for being the terrorists, while Clue himself is the one behind the attacks, poisons the sea of simulation, and says, listen, we all need to unite together against this common foe. And that's when the downfall happens. That's when he loses faith in Flynn and, you know, keeps him prisoner. And Tron has to lick his wounds because he tries to defend him and get the hell out of there. But it's a killer end to this little prequel to the movie coming up in December. I cannot wait. If you're a big Tron fan like me, you're probably going to collect the hardcover when it comes out here shortly, you know, a couple weeks before the movie, just to get everyone interested. But yes, $5 can be a lot for some people. I'm sure the hardcover is going to be $15. That's how Marvel likes to roll. But anyway, in the meantime, go pick up Tron. If you're a big fan, you're going to appreciate this prequel comic. Well, comic book fans, that does it this week for Cammy's Comic Corner. If you want more Cammy's Comic Corner goodness, head on over to www.cammyscomiccorner.com. From there, you can see the Book of the Month reviews, Chew this month. You can see the Geeky Talkie reviews, Sal Abernathy this month, Uncle Sal if you listen to Comic Geek Speak. And you can see the Long Beach Comic-Con interviews. There's quite a few of them. Tim Bradstreet, Darkwing Duck creative team. I could go on, but why would I want to brag about such things? You can go to the site and check it out yourself. Also, big thanks to Rising Sun Creations at rsc-online.com. They have the best of US comic books, manga, and collectible toys imported straight from Japan. All conveniently located online at rsc-online.com, or if you are in the San Diego area, stop on by. They're in Mission Valley. They'd love to say hello. So that does it this week. Back to the review shows as usual. I'll throw in an indie comics episode here and there. And then, tune in next week for the Geeky Talkie. It's going to be, I don't want to spoil it, it's going to be amazing. It's one of my favorites shows that are on television right now. I think you might like it too. I'm sorry, I had a great breakfast and I just had to share that with you. So until then, this has been Cammy's Comic Corner. I have been your host, Cammy. It's my weekend for the Chargers, so I don't know what I want to do. I don't have any football to watch. Might as well just kill myself.